Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while I did this, right? It's been a while and I miss you guys. I know you guys missed me. Somebody's were asking, I miss you guys too. Yes, I miss you guys. I miss doing this. I miss putting our value out there and doing my sit down videos. And if you're new to this channel, thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome to our channel. Please feel comfortable, feel at home, subscribe, like this video. You're welcome to the family. Join the gang, the Jinadene TV gang. Okay. And if you're an OG, you're the real G. OG is a real G, right? Thank you for subscribing and supporting this channel. I have to start with an apology, a well needed apology because I needed to take the break. Even though I said that in the community, my community tab, that I was going to go on a break and I've been on this break, but I have to apologize that it took that long, and I just needed to attend to other things that are very important and pressing at the moment, and so that was why I was not available. But I hope you guys have been enjoying our short content creations, and you've been seeing them, and we've also been seeing the love in them because they are doing well, right? They are doing well. So thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for our new subscribers. We've grown like 1,200 and something subscribers as at now. So that's when I'm filming this video. You're all welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and all that good stuff. And we'll see your comments. Thank you so much, guys. We love you. So, Teria, Queen Esther, your favorite, is actually sleeping. And I was like, this is a good time to do my sit down videos and just with you guys. And today's content is legal. From the title, you can tell that it's a legal video. And we're going to be discussing the legal implication of doing business in EU, that's European Union countries, and also in Africa, that's African Union countries, in today's video. And you have to watch the end of this video to see and know what we're going to be discussing in our next video, which is also going to be legal content. Yes, guys, because I'll be giving more legal content by the grace of God. Watch out for those legal content. So let's get right into the video. So before we start this topic, I think it would be worthy to note the countries that are in the EU countries are going to be listed on the screen. And we're going to see the countries that are in the African Union, which are basically all the African countries. Why the EU countries, that's the European Union, are countries in the usually countries in the European Union, but not all the countries in the European Union, right? For example, UK just left the EU recently, and they're no longer part of the EU countries, even though they are an European country, right? So, European Union is that union that has this one body so that there can be uniform laws across European countries. What are the legal implications of owning a company in an European Union country? Okay, the whole essence of the European Union is to have a common market for countries in the European Union, right? Under the European Union, you are allowed to leave your country of registration and incorporation. When I say incorporation and registration, they're the same thing. I can use them interchangeably so you don't get confused. And I want to make this as simple as possible, to break it down as simple so that everybody can understand. You can leave your country of registration or incorporation and go to another European Union, a member state of European Union, and carry on business there, right? That is, have a branch, or maybe you're in Germany and for some reason you just heard that there's opportunity in your company field. I mean, you're in tech and you okay, there's an opportunity in Netherlands. You're from Germany, you registered your company in Germany, and you get the opportunity in Netherlands to do business and get profit. You can easily just go to Netherlands and do your business without anybody faulting you that you've broken a law, a rule, one thing or the other, and without necessarily incorporating another company in Germany. What allows you to do this is the fact that Articles 49, 50, and 54 of the Treaty on the Functioning of the European Union, that's the TFEU, allows for the freedom of persons and companies in the member states of the European Union, right? It provides that um, persons can move freely, companies can move freely from one country to another member country to transact business, so that they can have a common market. I don't know if you get that. The Court of Justice of the European Union, which is basically the court that interprets EU laws and makes sure that the laws applicable are applied in all the member states the same way. Yes, and the way you apply the law in the EU laws in Germany should be the same way you apply the EU law in Netherlands. Should still be the same way you apply the EU law in Greece, in France, in Italy, in Portugal, and other places. So that is what the Court of Justice of the European Union does. It also helps in settling dispute between national governments and EU institutions, right? So if there's a problem between a national government, that is Germany, for example, Germany, Netherlands, Italy, Portugal, and all the any of the national governments and an EU institution, it helps to what to settle those disputes. Why are we talking about this? The implication is that if you know the legal implication, you will know, okay, if I want to do business in so and so area, this is what I should be targeting. Where registration and incorporation is compulsory, and you go there and you don't incorporate your business, and you go and start doing business, you're going to be in trouble because you can end up building something or nothing. And what's going to happen to that? It's not going. You don't expect it to stand, right? I'm going to give instances where cases where Articles 49, 50, and 54 of the Treaty on Functioning of the European Union was enforced, and where there was a violation. Because to every general rule, we best believe that there'll be what? Then there'll be an exception of series of exceptions. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the Intros Limited case. In this case, two Danish nationals bought off the shares of a company registered in UK, a private company registered in UK, and with time they decided that they want to register a branch in Denmark. When they tried to register a branch in Denmark, since they are from Denmark, don't forget they are Danish nationals, and the company was registered. The place of company, the country of registration was UK. At this point, UK was still in the European Union. This is an old case. So when you try to register a branch in Denmark, so they can be able to do business too in Denmark with the name of that their company, the Danish company tried to stop them and refuse registration of the branch. They refused registration. That's the Danish authorities refused registration on the grounds that by registering an English company in Denmark, that they are going to avoid the stricter max regulations, and EU is going to apply because the company's place of incorporation was is UK, is UK. So they tried to stop them from registering so that they wanted them to register a new company in Denmark. When the case got to the Court of Justice of the European Union, it held that any refusal to register a company that is properly registered, a branch of a company that is properly registered in a member state, it's going to be contrary to Articles 49, 50, and 54 of the Treaty of the Function of the European Union, because it allows for freedom of movement of persons and EU. That's why most times when you want to travel from one EU country to another EU country, you don't really need another visa if you have a visa of a member state, so that people can easily move and companies can also easily move. And why this is important is because it helps people to freely move and also freely do business. There's going to be economic growth in a state where you don't have to do all the restriction afresh. You don't have to go through the rigors, all these rigors of checking your papers just because you want to start, or maybe you want to do just one business. You know, sometimes business can just be one time business, because someone can come to me, for example, Germany, to do business for just one thing, one particular transaction that is even worth a lot of money, can just bring you there. Why do you have to register a company again, all afresh, going through those papers, taxes, and all that, and all that, and all that, just because a residency and all that details and rigorous processes that you have to go through? So it helps economic growth. It ensures that parties and people are easily moved, goods and services are easily moved and available to persons. So it's a very good one by the EU, and it's encouraged, right? Now come to Africa on the other hand. In Africa, there, unlike the EU, there is no freedom of movement of persons and companies, particularly companies, right? You cannot easily move your company from Nigeria to Ghana, or from Ghana to Nigeria, or from Kenya to Nigeria. Companies are not free to move about. However, I think we are looking towards seeing more movement of goods and persons and companies, particularly in AU, because of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement Treaty. Although it's a work in progress, but Article 3 of that African Continental Free Trade Area Treaty is the fact that creates a single market for goods, services, facilitated by movement of persons in order to deepen the economic integration of the African continent, and in accordance with the Pan African vision of an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa enshrined in in Agenda 2063, right? And it also provides that it creates to create a liberal market and for goods and services through successful rounds of negotiations. And what this does is that these are just the objectives of the treaty. These are not things that are saying that is starting immediately. These are what the treaty hopes to achieve, and what the steps that some of the steps to take in achieving these goals, right? So these are the objectives of the treaty, and it's not yet in place. It is just a work in progress, and it encourages African country to make laws that will enable this objective to be achieved. Article 4 of the after treaty provides how Article 3, that is the objectives, will be achieved. Like, talks about progressively removing tariffs so that produced in Nigeria, for example, can be imported to other African countries with little or no tariffs, cooperate on custom matters, establish a mechanism for the settlement of disputes. If the way of settling disputes are so rigorous that people are always discouraged, oh, that's not going to work, it's going to spend years and years in court and you're not going to see anything out, people will be discouraged from even trying out business, right? So it's also good that these measures are put in place. So this is a step in the right direction for for the AU, for African Union. The AFTA treaty is just to encourage local production of goods and services. So instead of importing from other continents, let us encourage our African made goods and encourage it to be moved among other African countries and easily. It also encourages inter-African trade, which is a very good step in the right direction, like I've said earlier. To EU now, and it's not every time that the company will be free to move from one place to another, right? Because there are certain times when the CJEU have said that firms refusal to register a branch of a company in another EU state or in another member state. For example, where the company wants to register a branch and maybe move its head office to run away from its creditors so that the creditors cannot easily access them, right? That in that kind of case, he is going to say no. It will not allow you to use the freedom of movement of persons and companies in this case as a ground to commit illegality or illegal acts. You cannot, because you are free to move your company from one place to another, carry your company. I'll be moving it for the purpose of committing illegality, like run away from your creditors or making it difficult for creditors to sue you and get their money, or shareholders from getting their dividends, things like that. You cannot do that. I hope this video is helpful to you. I'm realizing that I didn't touch some areas because I don't want to make it boring and too long. But if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Also, if you have any questions surrounding this matter, please let me know in the comment section so that I can discuss that further and all that good stuff. On next legal video, I'm going to be discussing the legal implication of a foreign company carrying out business in Nigeria. Yes. Compared to the EU, right? Compared to the EU, in EU you can go to everywhere and do business if it is registered in a member state, right? However, in Nigeria, what are the legal implications of a foreign company coming to Nigeria to do business, to carry on business? Is it allowed? And what are the ways around it, right? That's going to be a video for every foreign company that wants to do business in Nigeria. So watch out for the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you give this video a thumbs up and click the bell button, click it so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos, because you don't want to miss that video, right? Yes. All right, see you next time. Bye guys, take care.